Welcome back to Old Guy REI. In this episode of Work Van Confessions, I wanted to chat about a couple of things that came up this week. We were under contract for a property and we decided to pass on it for a couple of reasons. The property had a Section 8 tenant moving in. Our real estate agent did a walkthrough and sent us a video of the property and its condition. And I was a little shocked because in the walkthrough, a lot of things in the home were not in good condition. You know, things like the bathroom vanity was coming loose from the wall. There were other loose faucets, painting, even though I think painting is not super critical, but you still want it to look nice. There were a lot of other little things like that, and I guess I was shocked because Section 8 had already approved the tenant for this property and they had seen the property. And through our due diligence, we got to know a little bit about the tenant, and it was a single woman with 6 children. And so that was kind of a letdown because I just didn't understand how Section 8 could let them move in to a property like that. So we passed on it and we'll keep looking, but that was one thing. And then I've been thinking also about how important for new investors, for any investor really, how important it is to have a strong why, a strong reason to want to get into real estate investing, because if you don't have a strong why, I think you could get knocked out of the game pretty easily when some of these challenges come up that we've faced personally. I know a lot of other investors have faced a lot of issues, but that is just as important as having reserves for repairs that come up out of the blue, vacancies, other maintenance issues, evictions. They're all that important. Even doing property analysis and things like that, they kind of fall into the same category as far as importance goes. So in the beginning, my why started out as one goal and has changed a little bit over time. In the beginning, I was mostly concerned because I didn't have a retirement per se. So I started educating myself, trying to learn the right way to do it. And this is our second attempt. You probably know that, but with this new education and trying to build a small portfolio to help with our retirement, my goal shifted a little bit, actually twice now. So the first shift was going from building a retirement for myself to building a portfolio that would take care of my family if I couldn't work anymore or died or whatever it might be, that they would still be okay. And then now, like Dion mentioned the other day, I'm working to help Cynthia retire first. She is going to retire. She's got one more year of teaching left, and I think even with that goal of retiring her first, the other goals that I had will still happen as a result. So the other thing is I told her if she could retire, then it would be easier for me to keep going for a couple more years, because with her retired, pressure's not the right word, but it takes a little bit of the edge off, because when we're both getting up tired to go to work, that's a lot. If I know she doesn't have to get up and go to work, that relief, I guess, gives me a little bit more energy to keep on going. So it took a little bit for me to explain, and I think she finally gets it. This summer she's been relaxing, so she's getting a taste of what retirement could be like. Most of the past years, during her summer break, she's been prepping for the next year. She brings a lot of work home with her, and she worked on that through the summer, so she never really took time off. But this year she's just been taking it easy, reading, doing stuff at home, so that's been really cool. The one of the other thoughts that I had was about, we all wish that we started earlier, and I'm sure we pretty much all feel that way. But I was thinking that most of us are fortunate to have been able to get started at all. I've used the example before about being a contractor all these years, and towards the end of your career, these new tools come out that could have saved you tons of time and tons of money, made things a lot easier. And instead of being upset that you didn't have that tool for all these years, we should be appreciative that we have that tool to use from here on out. And it's the same thing with real estate investing. Again, if you follow our story, we tried to invest once back in 2007, and that was a big failure. And now, 17 years later, we're trying again, and we're close to retirement age. So instead of having negative thoughts about it and whining because we're older now and we lost all this time, at least we're able to have it moving forward, and we can see already that it's going to help us have a better retirement. And that gets also to the point about enjoying the journey. We lose sight sometimes. We have this goal, and we're pushing and pushing towards the goal, and it's hard to be patient sometimes until you've been in it for 2 or 3 years. We're back in it for 3 years now. That you can see the positive things that are going to happen for you. But in the beginning, it is kind of rough. You want to buy all these properties because you need certain cash flow, or you have certain goals. But in the end, you realize that patience is really key. So I hope all of you think about that and can appreciate what you're going through. There are a few challenges. There's a few bad things that are mistakes that we've made that we wish we hadn't, but we pushed through those, and things are looking a lot better. So I think I'll leave you with that. I think that was enough for today. Thanks for coming back.